Have you ever wanted to know about the future, love, dreams, money,
Sucks bodies?
well, then you're in luck because we read tarot cards.
And we do it seriously.
We know we're being funny, but it's real. Real magic.
We used to be an Instagram live show.
And then a live show in front of an audience.
Yay! And now, a podcast.
So sit back, relax, and trust the process.
Welcome to The Tarot Show.
Hi.
Hi, Hannah.
Hi, Dickie.
How you doing?
I'm good. So good to be back.
Can you believe it? Back with our friends
Missed you guys. What's up?
in the audio space. Hannah, last time on our inaugural podcast, Break Champagne, we talked about our big three as sort of a way to introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
I figured we can maybe continue that.
Cute.
Tell them, introduce yourself astrologically to our baby listeners.
Okay. How about let's talk about. No one's ready for this conversation. No. I have my Venus in Capricorn.
Ooh.
Yes, and it is scary. So basically, it's like I can maybe come off a little cold.
Oh, a little rocky cliff.
Yeah, a little standoffish, but really that's in my because I'm in my own head and my inner critic is so harsh and I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. No one will ever love ya. And I'm just like, I want to be the person that I would want to date.
I love your inner voice too.
She's crying. She's a Victorian lady on Coney Island roller coaster.
Holding onto her hat.
Yeah.
With the ribbons.
She is in mourning. She's all in black.
She is in mourning.
And it's a sleigh. But so yeah, I think I can come off as like a little cold or indifferent, but really I'm just like internally struggling. But then when like I am in something, like I am devoted.
Yeah. I've seen you push through too, like a little bit of that stubbornness, which is maybe that's the negative way of saying like when you commit, you're going to try.
Yes.
I interrupted you. But
No, but it's like, yeah, I want something that's like built to last.
like a rock.
Yeah. And like also it's in my fifth house of children, pleasure, creativity, sex, love.
What a nice house.
It's such a cute house. And yeah, and Venus is all about how you experience pleasure and love and beauty. And so I think like that Capricorn placement in me, it's like I would like to think I have good taste. I'm discerning and I like things that are lasting, like quality over quantity.
That is exceptionally true for you.
Yes.
I would also say too, you have like a kind of Patti Smith taste to me, who was famously curating incredible people around her.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I guess in people too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I have like really good, cool friends. Like I'm so proud of like everyone that I know and that's like close to me in my life. Like I have good people. Wow,
Yeah.
Dickel. Wow, Dickel. Damn
Dickel.
Dickel.
Oh, well, that's great.
Thanks. What's your Venus up to?
Well, it's so funny how you and I tend to walk little opposites. Like I always picture you and I on a tennis court just over the net. Like we're on the same court, but my Venus is in Leo and she's a little more, she's a little less concerned about what others think, I'd say. She's a little less doubting. She, so like the Leo, I think there's like an Enchanty Nicholas, shout out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mother. I'm ironically appropriating queer drag lingo, but it's like Knox. I love them. I'm sorry, everyone.
No, you don't have to apologize to me. But you do have to apologize to everyone else.
Oh, the community.
I say that my Venus in Leo too. Like, so Leo has like sort of a regal kind of approach, a lot of pride. I do think that is, if we're talking about how you express love. I love to show off my love. And I've had a lot of people tell me too, like, I'm really good at talking up the people to other people that I love. Like, you would love this person because they can play any instrument. Isn't that the coolest thing you've ever heard? And like, don't you wish? And like, oh my God, you would love Hannah because she is fucking, I would describe you as rock solid.
Oh my God.
And like also to like, you know, seeing people and like what I feel like I can sometimes see people's like how they shine.
Yes.
And I'm always happy to call that out.
Yes.
And then, you know, it's like when you talk about love too, like I sort of, that showing off continues. Everyone I've ever had a crush on knows it. And they also know I refuse to do anything about it. Because I am not a lower level. I'm not a junior exec in love, baby. Like, I'm sort of like, it's like I'm very obvious if I have a crush, and I love a little forward interlude. And a big flirt too. And I only do it if I mean it though. And I literally in our last like tarot show live said I had a crush on Colin McGurk, and I would tell it to his face. And then will I ever actually try to kiss him? No. What I want to, but I won't.
That's not your problem.
That's not my problem. He's too tall. Anyways, too tall for me. I can't reach it easily. He has to come down to
the gasp also at the show when people are like, oh, because in that like UCB community, everyone is such little like prudy freaks. They're so like, oh, I can't believe someone said, there she is, it's a Victorian lady, like, so like, oh my God, someone admitted they have it's so flaccid.
No, to use his full first and last name, everyone was a little like, and I was like, I'd do it again. I'd do it if he was in the audience.
Yep.
I actually was hoping he would be to hear that, but whatever. And then I would say too, like, you know, the difference, talking about gramming, like, I've had exes that grammed me a lot, and I've had exes that didn't, and the offense with which I took the lack of gramming was a very serious issue for me, because it's not about like why wouldn't you show me off? I show you off.
Yeah. And
I'm good at gramming the people I love too, and that has actually gotten me in trouble.
Yeah, you weaponize your Instagram skills.
I do.
And I love it because I'm on the right side of the war.
The best part too is I do it with full awareness. I won't play stupid.
No.
Yeah, I knew what I was doing. And then I would also say to my Venus and Leo, where yours is in like a nice little lovely house, mine is in the 8th house of other people's resources, secrets, death, shared, like the little like scary spooky one, which I think is the 8th house where Scorpio kind of tends to live.
First house is Aries. No, because I think maybe because like 9th house Sagittarius is the traditional ruler of the 9th house, right? So I think 8th would be maybe, Scorpio. Yeah,
it's got Scorpio energy. I don't know where I read that, but I remember reading that somewhere.
That's true.
So like I love a conversation about the real. And especially if somebody wants to talk about something embarrassing or death or something that is like they would have shame of, I am the best person to talk to, because I'm like, I have no shame. Like, and I don't believe in guilt, honestly. Yeah. It's not really for me.
You're a weird Catholic that way.
I am. First off, it can be wiped away with 2 Hail Marys. So I don't think it meant anything in the first place.
Damn true.
And also too, I feel like guilt, I hate when guilt is weaponized.
Oh yeah.
Disgusting. You know, the last thing I'll talk about Venus is, I remember reading somewhere that, what do you think about this, Hannah, that you're supposed to dress like what your Venus placement is?
Oh yeah.
That's kind of like a really great sense of style, since that is usually what you use to attract, to like sort of display sort of the things you love about yourself.
Yeah.
How does that resonate for you with like a Venus and Capricorn?
Oh, it resonates big time, but here's the problem. I'm fucking poor.
Spoken like a cat.
It sucks. My resources don't match my taste. Like I would love to have, if I had my way, all of my clothes would be like tailored, and I wouldn't have a bunch of clothes. Like I'm not a fast fashion girly.
Right.
But like I also don't have the resources to get the actual like good quality lasting, you know, cause like I do like an understated whatever, like no.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does resonate with me.
Yeah.
But I can't have it.
One day,
I'm trying.
This podcast, the success of this podcast.
Wow.
With our $5
combined.
Yeah, I would say the same for me too, honestly. Like the Venus and Leo, your girl loves a crown.
Yeah.
An excuse for a costume. I'm I love like a gasp if I entered a room.
Yes, which I do think you do achieve that. Your style does have some whimsy. There's flair.
There's a romantic element to it.
Yes, definitely.
And I do like big hair.
That's true.
Very leonine. Okay, well, just for the little baby loves out there, yeah, if you're kind of like, where should I turn with my style? Look to where your Venus is.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a hot tip.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can jump into the actual show now that they know us a little bit better.
Yeah.
Know everything about me.
Know everything about us. Well, I was going to say first, speaking of live show.
Oh, yes.
We have a live show at UCB celebrating Beltane, the pagan festivities.
To appease the fairies.
So our crops grow. Kind of a midsummer.
Yeah, a little maypole kind of, not quite fertility, but feminine, sort of a, you were saying it's the exact midpoint between
the spring equinox and the summer solstice.
Yes, which I love that, like turning into, we're calling it Hot Girl Midsummer.
It's May 13th
at UCB Franklin at 10 p.m.
Mm-hmm. Get your tickets.
Yeah, we've got some special guests lined up.
It's going to be so fun.
We also have a very funny little plan. We'll hint at it. We want to sacrifice a man on stage. Maybe not literally, but maybe metaphorically.
Someone's going to die.
Dun-dun. They're like Law and Order.
Netflix?
Yeah.
Which one?
Netflix and kill.
Good one, Dickie.
I'm warming up for our show.
Warming up. But no, you really should come to our live shows if you are in the Los Angeles area, because they are really fun. There's drinks. Ellie Woods is our bartender, and she always wears like the best costume and makes special drinks.
She's so good at it.
Last time she had a martini in a squirt gun.
Yeah, like a backpack squirt gun.
Yeah.
She shot it into my mouth.
Oh, so good.
Like a gin martini. I was like, I flashed into a wedding. It was so much gin martini. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. And if you put your name in the hat or whatever, well, you could come on stage and you might get a reading from us.
Yeah, we love to read from people in the audience, along with a special guest we have lined up, which I'm very, very excited about.
I'm so excited about it.
And I think too, it is really a vibe, and we party afterwards usually at Birds.
Yeah.
Like the little dirty dogs we are. Mm-hmm. And tickets are $15. You can buy them online at ucbcomedy.com. I think also too, we might try to see if we can get a recording of it for our podcast.
Yeah.
They said they could do it. So.
All right.
Lovely. God, I can't wait for that show.
I know.
We have costumes, you guys. Again, my Venus and Leo. The costumes, y'all. Mm-hmm. I'm very pleased.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
All right. Well, shall we get into it? First, let's cleanse the space.
We got to cleanse the space. We got a little foggy space. Man, it's been such a gray little rainy day.
I know.
Do. Hannah is lighting her Palo Santo, which we did last time. Explain, Hannah, you want to?
Oh, yeah. I'm just using it to cleanse the deck, cleanse the space.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. She likes to do a little triple circle, which I think is a good idea. You know, when I tend to like do it around, especially in the wake of our haunting, one of these days we'll have to tell the little baby Venus Venusians that about how we got haunted.
Yeah.
But this did help clear it out.
It did.
And then so we cleanse the space. Then we got to cleanse the deck, which you did a little bit.
And now we just need to cleanse our bodies.
Oh, which we do with a little thing we like to call
fireball.
That's it.
Like, duh. I'm kind of stupid.
No, you're not.
Well, I might get foggy. Okay. This will help. From the womb
to the tomb.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That That's nice.
Yeah. Really kicks you in the back of the teeth, you know? Mm-hmm. Okay. And that warms me right up. Now that we've been cleansed.
Now that we've been cleansed, we can proceed with our
blessings
and curses.
A little segment we like to call blessings and curses.
Did you go first last time? Should I go first?
I don't remember. How about you go first, my love?
Okay. Do you want to light, or I can light the candle for my blessing? Yeah. Okay. I want to start out by blessing the song Clocks by Coldplay. It's hard to do. What the? Oh my God, Chris Martin. He probably put like a binding spell on me.
He asked his current love and his ex-love, two little witchy women, Gwyneth Paltrow that's not actually the truth, Ellen.
Oh, Dakota Johnson.
Right? Aren't they still together?
Yeah, I think so.
Remember how she lied about liking limes?
Yeah, she's
Krill.
She's a little strange. Bless her heart.
I called her Krill, which I think is a combination of crazy and cool. Krill.
But yeah, I just wanted to say shout out to the song Clocks by Coldplay because it's a really good song. Come on, when you hear that, like, don't tell me there's not a little part of your heart that's like galloping like a wild horse in a field. And you're just like, yeah. And you're like, maybe even part of you's like thinking about that. Remember that live action Peter Pan that came out like over a decade ago that uses that song in the trailer? And the little boy Peter Pan looks weird casting, not into it, but the girl who's like playing Wendy, like they smashed it out of the fucking park, and you're just like, ooh, you know.
Yeah. And yes, I do love that song too. You know what I think if I saw a man, and this is like, I think maybe this is the new Wonderwall, but if I saw a man playing clocks on the piano, I'd take my clothes off.
Even if it's like a piano in the mall.
Yeah.
Honk, no.
He tried to eat it.
The cat is trying to...
What's he doing?
He's just like sniffing the candle too close. He's going to burn his whiskers.
He always burns his little eyebrow whiskers.
You know what? Make your own mistakes. I can't.
Thank you for respecting the independence of my little black cat, Hunk. God, he really loves to hang out when we record, doesn't he?
He knows.
All right. I love that blessing. My own blessing.
Okay.
I would like to bless, kind of in the same vein, Emma Thompson.
Yeah.
And I would like to bless her for another banger, which is her uncredited writing pass on Joe Wright's 2005 Pride and Prejudice.
Holy shit.
The way you and I have turned to that movie, and just the way that I know she's the reason.
Yeah.
For like some of the best. She's got some of the comedy in there. I know she understands like the hand.
Yes.
And also, I've been thinking a lot about Darling Matthew and Succession now as our beloved Tom Wamsgams. And as our Mr. Darcy. Mm-hmm. And I think Pearl on Sundays. I think that she is the reason. Yeah. And also too, honestly, she's so tied to so many things I've loved, and like the Much Ado About Nothing, and also just that background info with like how she got really obliterated, I'd say, by the Kiefer Sutherland and Helena Bonham Carter affair. Not Kiefer. Oh my God.
Kavanaugh.
From 24. It's Kenneth Branagh. Kiefer Sutherland. I got my K's mixed up.
Our K's all mixed up. They do kind of a similar look, though. They have that like blonde.
The blonde, yes, yeah. I know. And they've also kind of both like. Yeah, anyways,
yes.
I'm not interested about the men.
Yeah, no, gross.
Disgusting.
But no, she got put through the ringer.
But then that led to some of her best work, and it's just such an inspiration. And also too, just like the general attitude and style, and she's kind of been really vocal lately about like, it's not about how you look, and if someone compliments you on how you look, which obviously Venus and Leo I don't really agree with, but I like the sentiment. I'm hearing the note behind the note is just this like importance of the quality over the flash, you know? And I think that I just love her writing style too. And she's so personal, and I wish I was her. I wish I was writing in like a little English cottage about romance.
I bet you'll do that one day.
Thank you, Hannah. You're welcome. So to Emma Thompson. I cheated and just it didn't work on mine either, but then I used your flame to light my flame.
Smart. Okay.
And now to the dark arts.
The universe giveth and it taketh away. Now it's time to curse.
It's time to curse.
I want to curse when guys pretend not to know the difference between a skirt and dress. When you're like wearing a dress and the guy comes up to you, he's like, "Oh, hey," and they like give you a hug. They're like, "Nice skirt." Oh, I mean dress. Oh, I don't know. Shut up. Shut up.
You learned what a skirt was in the first grade.
Or it's like what's not clicking? The skirt is like the bottom part of a dress, and if there's no top part, then it's just a skirt.
Yeah, that's very Tom Schwartz attitude.
Yeah, and it feels like either willful ignorance, you hate women, or it's like because you never bothered to like figure it out, or it's homophobic because you're like, I'm not a little gay boy, I wouldn't know what a dress or a
that's women's
skirt
work.
is. That's a women's thing, and it's just like it's not cute.
Yeah, because also you know that they know the difference between pants and shorts.
Yeah, like what are we talking about? Enough.
Yeah,
It stops right here. Blowing out the candle.
Curse enacted. Love that. I would like to curse. You know, last week you cursed an Instagram thing, and I will in turn curse a very specific piece of Instagram, which is story views. I'm furious that they insist. Okay, little algorithm, whatever.
Sure.
We decided not to do it alphabetical, whatever. But like it is, I do think there's like a little, it's designed to keep you on the app as long as possible. And I can't even imagine, like, especially one day if we're like famous and actually have followers, to have to like comb through them for the, you know, you're looking for one or two people.
Yes.
They know that you know that, and they refuse to give it to you, which is like, if you could just like check a person so that they go to the top, or like you could like maybe get a little notification when they watched your story.
Yeah.
Like, hello, make it user friendly.
Help us.
Help me.
Yeah.
And honestly, stop. Because they do keep changing it.
They do.
And then it's sort of, you hear the waves of grain like sort of ripple, and you're like, oh, did you hear they changed up the algorithm or whatever? And you're like, what? Oh, that's why it's weird, you know? And it's like the one thing I'm looking for. And it got so bad that I honestly for the last year haven't even been looking.
Yeah.
And it's the reason that I'm grumpy sometimes. It's like I have to like be in traffic taking 2 minutes to scroll to see, you know what I mean? And I'm mad at them.
It's deplorable.
And so I curse you, story views.
I mean, Instagram just is a piece of shit in
I
general.
know. When will I learn?
We'll never learn because it's kind of all we got.
I know.
Because like TikTok,
We tried Be Real.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Be Real.
No, thank you.
Boring. And TikTok is great, but it's just a whole different thing.
Right. That's more of a self-soothing machine. It's like a learning machine for me.
Yeah, learning and like TV.
It's not a connecting place for us.
Yeah. That's where I get my chuckles.
You do get your chucks. All right. Well, now that we've enacted vengeance.
Feels good.
Should we move on to the next little section of our show?
Yeah, I think we would maybe just check in about last week's readings that we did for each other and see what maybe rang true, what.
This is my favorite part of tarot.
Yes.
Which is like how spookily accurate the cards can be. And what's really funny is to recap for our audience.
A little nickname didn't come.
No, it didn't come. My brain went. Last week, what happened was the cards essentially said that, yes, Dickie, you will get fired, but you'll figure something else out. And Hannah, you will be having a little bit of a spicy interlude, a little interest, perhaps. Do you think yours came true?
Yeah.
I can't wait. You and I were laughing. I was like, if yours came true, can't wait for mine to come walloping around.
Well, I think maybe we should talk about first our Easter at Jumbo's.
Oh, yeah.
Because that also felt
Part
connected to it. So we, with a few of our very good friends, we went to Jumbo's Clown Room in Hollywood, which is pretty, would you say it's like a famous?
Yeah, I would say it's famous. Like famous bikini bar.
Yeah.
Kind of little dive bar joint that is smaller, but I love that they serve beer still in those little mugs.
Yeah.
Those little like kind of mini glass mugs. And there's like 4 or 5 girls on rotation.
Yep.
At a time. So you'll see a dancer a couple times in the hour.
Yes.
And yeah, it does have like a little bit of like you'll see people wearing a Jumbo's Clown Room hat from time to time.
Yeah, and it was just so fun, and it felt I don't know, it just felt really good. Like I love Jumbo's. It's like one of my favorite places, and the dancers are all so beautiful, and they do it to like good music.
Yeah.
And
I was doing a thing where if we liked the song, we'd throw $3 on the stage right away. No girl, just
immediately. Good
Thank
song.
You. Great song.
Yeah. But I don't know why I brought that up, but it just felt like the beginning of, because I think we recorded our first episode maybe the night before.
We did.
So it felt like kicking off this new season of our lives.
I agree. And it was really fun too, because it talk about a little feminine energy. Like we went with all women, and we were yelling at the men to tip the dancers, pay the girls if they're sitting at the rail and weren't paying.
Yes.
So it was nice to like kind of as a group like turn around and be like, I see you.
Yes.
And the dancers were very appreciative.
Yeah, they're like, we love you guys. Thank you. Thanks for bringing good energy.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one of the dancers too was really cute. Like it's a bikini bar, but she like flipped up her little like tank top to me, and I was like, oh, and we all screamed.
Yeah. It was fun. So fun.
So the reading that you had last week, do you remember the cards?
Yes. I got the Magician, Knight of Cups reversed, and then Nine of Wands reversed. And I think when we did the reading, we kind of talked about like, the Magician is like your thoughts and words cast spells, and it's about mastery. And then the Knight of Cups reversed, it's usually a guy's going to text you. And then
that's literally what I said.
Yeah. And then Nine of Wands reversed it's kind of like, it doesn't have to be so hard, or like having your guard up, but like,
yeah, you've been hurt here before. It's not necessarily the case. You're a little bandaged, but you're not hurt.
Yeah.
And I think you're aware of the dangers.
Yes.
You've been down this road before. And so how do you think that has sort of manifested into the last couple of days?
Well, I kind of thought it had to do with the guy I talked about last time. I guess we'll call him the Australian. But when we were at Jumbo's and we posted some stories about it, another person who I kind of had been talking to but not really spent time with, like, responded to the stories. And then, I knew I was going to see him with mutual friends probably like the next night. It's like, well, maybe we'll go to Cheetah's, another strip club, tomorrow. And so like, we were like talking, and then I saw him, and then we had an evening.
An evening?
We had a little evening.
A three syllables. Evening.
Evening. And it was very fun because this is a person that I don't really know.
He's new.
And, it was fun, and I do have my guard up, as I would, I think, with anyone. But it did feel like that Knight of Cups, like a message. It started with like a message. a text, a DM, and then we were in it and I was having fun, but I was still like very aware that men are scary. I'm so scared.
Trembling
with fear. But yeah, I got way too drunk, so that's probably the Night of Cups emptied the cup right into my stupid mouth. So many drinks to the beak. I feel like I did have that feeling in the morning of like, oh, I was probably so annoying or crazy. But he was very polite and lovely. And he walked me home from the bar, and he was wearing a little fuzzy jacket.
A fuzzy, what color was it?
It was like tan, light brown.
Oh,
Like a little Fozzie bear.
Can I ask, did you and Fozzie kiss?
We did.
Waka waka.
He was a good kisser, and it was fun.
Oh, a cute little bear.
Yeah.
In a new sense.
In a new sense.
Oh wow. I it's just so funny. It's like when you look back and you're like the magician part of that.
Yeah.
How do you feel that played into your
well, maybe it was because we've kind of associated that card too with like kind of like our like comedy and that like a mastery, like creative, whatever. And it's like that is kind of within the community that we like met.
Yeah.
And not maybe in the circumstances. And I think I was just in a mindset that I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I also think too, like you are feeling in your element.
Yeah.
And like I think you feel in control too, a little bit, you know, just in the way you've been talking about it. It's like, and there have been other people in the past where you've sort of been like, well, you know, and we're both like, and I'm always like, I think it'll be fine. Squeaking out of my, I think it'll be okay. Like, you know, try to like, maybe we don't know. And this one, I think you're very much like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
You're being krill about it.
I'm being krill.
No, you're not. You're not being crazy. You're being cool. Cool and chill.
Chul.
Chul.
I'm being chul.
I like that you're being chul with Fozzie Bear.
Yeah, he's cute, but we don't know.
Whatever.
And also his astrology's a little crazy. We can talk about that.
We'll talk about that later. if it warrants the time. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so, you know.
Yeah.
Fun.
Cute. Yeah. My reading's still yet to come to pass, but I've definitely only seen more of it coming my way, which was we'd asked about my layoffs coming at the good old Disney Corp. And we got Page of Swords reversed, the Fool upright, Nine of Swords reversed. And I do think that I've been embracing a little bit more, trying to sort of embrace that energy of the Fool. If you're the magician and then I'm going to be the Fool, it's like, yeah, starting over, you know, honestly, too, really like putting my thoughts, like the swords, putting all the sort of conscious thought into the tarot show, you know, and thinking about, okay, the show and like trying to, I don't know, not be obsessed about what I don't know is going to happen.
Yeah.
And maybe I think that reading was a little bit more about like directing your thoughts.
Totally.
You know?
Which I have seen a shift.
Yeah, have you?
In you a little bit. Obviously, it's still stressful and really scary, but I think it's like you're not, what is the word? Like trying to guess,
Yeah, like sort of obsessing over the answer, you mean? Like,
yeah, it's like you're strapped in, you're on the roller coaster, and there's like kind of nothing you can do, so there's no sense in.
I've relinquished to the fates, and I think also too, I'm not trying to control it by overanalyzing it. And you're right, the shift occurred for both of us at Jumbo's.
Yeah.
And you know when I honestly think it happened? I think it's when I made a dancer laugh. Like she was taking off her jacket and I said, there she goes. Bye, jacket. And then everyone said, bye, jacket. And I saw the little girl like twinkle. Like she kind of gave me a little smile.
That's fun.
And I was like, you know, when it's like, yeah, we run this club. Do you know what I mean? And it's kind of like the job doesn't have anything to do with who we were that night.
No.
And I think the boys didn't have anything to do with where you were that night.
Right. Yeah, Jumbo's. It's like where we started. It was like, that was our new year.
Church.
That's our church.
Take me to church. Take me to clown room. Well, you know, I think maybe kind of a funny thing is that we did a sneaky thing where we've actually like released this on Spotify just to see if we could, honestly. And so we do have our little call-in number and everything, but obviously no one's called in because we haven't told people to call in.
Right.
So we don't have a stranger to read for. We will eventually, I think at the end of the podcast, we'll give you guys the info for that. But I did think maybe we could talk a little bit about, especially since we're starting our tarot journey with people that might come along with us, like what are our favorite cards, the cards that can keep coming up for us like recently as we start to do readings. Because it's like funny, you and I know the cards that we see a lot and they have like a second sort of layer of meaning when you and I do readings.
Yeah.
Also too, we're doing to plug Carrie's movie.
Oh yeah.
We are doing, no one will be able, this will be up after this event, but our friend Carrie O'Neill is raising money for a movie she's going to direct through AFI, right?
Yes. It's called Interloper.
Yes. And maybe you can tell the people where to go.
Yeah. If you go find Carrie on Instagram. Her handle is Tom Skerritt Fan 1
at Tom Skerritt Fan 1. Tom Skerritt being a star of
Alien.
Yes. And he also was in, I picture him older in another movie. It'll come to me.
Yeah. But go support her. And I think if you donate, it's a tax deductible donation through AFI. If you go specifically find Carrie O'Neill and donate what you can so that she can make her movie, because we need her to.
Yeah. And I think, so we're going to her event tomorrow night where she's raising money at, and we're doing readings for like $5 or whatever they donate. And we're going to do a lot of readings that night. And it's you and I, it's funny, the same cards do tend to come up and they tell their own story and they tend to reflect what we're going through. So what are the cards that sort of like do that for you?
I feel like Temperance always comes up for me.
Yeah.
Which is astrologically tied to the sign of Sagittarius.
Oh,
which I am, which is funny. But yeah, even in my very first forays into tarot, like a long time ago, a decade plus ago, and then our kind of first tarot journey together at the haunted house.
Oh, yes.
Who was the author that used to live there?
The author of LA Confidential, which is James. It's like behind you on there. Yeah.
Yeah, in this like old creepy house. And we were pulling tarot cards, and I was like in the wake of a terrible time. And every time we pulled Temperance reversed. And I get her a lot still. She's like an angel with like pouring 2 cups. It's like all about like balance and I don't know.
Like consideration, I think.
Yeah.
Kind of considering the bigger picture. And I think there's an element of reassurance to that card for you.
Yeah.
I do think the cards are kind of telling you it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
What
about you?
For me, you're going to laugh. The Sun card is Venus and Leo, baby. The Sun card is usually it's my favorite. It's typically, for those that don't know, our little newbies that maybe are new here, the Sun is typically referred to as the best card in the deck. And that's because it really does mean sort of like bright, shiny, good times. There's a joyfulness to it that literally shines off the card, I think. And there's a little baby on a horse, and it's like the horse is sort of support. The baby's kind of a new, like his arms are thrown up in like almost like toddler joy. And I think that we get the Sun a lot in conjunction. I get it with the 4 of Swords. Remember, which we were always like, we would pull before like DCM trips for UCB and stuff. And that was like not sleeping because you're partying, and it was kind of like go the fuck to sleep, like that little children's book. And like, you're going to be up and you're going to kind of like wear your body out or whatever.
Yeah.
But the Sun was always like the attitude. And whenever she comes up, it's always like a very nice little, kind of like lighthouse feeling to me.
Yeah,
of like, okay, we're going the right direction.
Are there any cards that when you pull up you're like, ugh?
You know,
maybe besides the obvious ones.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of
The
kind of
Tower.
like well, honestly, we've been pulling Judgment a lot. And I hear her. Rebirth, new things.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave the womb. I'm not looking forward to that little tap dance down the canal, the womb, out of the womb and through the birth canal into the real world. I think that's what she's kind of saying. And she also has like a joyful trumpeting to her, but it's very muted to me.
Yeah, 'cause she's like playing for a bunch of corpses. The people in that car are literally gray.
Literally.
It's disgusting.
Little gray men.
It's scary.
It is terrifying. And then, the last thing I'll say too is I love the death card.
Yeah, that's your boyfriend.
With my boyfriend, Venus in the 8th house. Woo! It all ties back. Those are the ones that speak to me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a scary card?
It's not a scary one, but it bums me out. I always get 3 of Pentacles reversed if I'm going to have a bad time at a party.
You get that all the time.
And so like 3 of Pentacles is like, it's not a bad, it's like normally it's just like a card. It's like 3 people within like a temple. And it's like about, like learning, group projects, like whatever. It's a pretty neutral ass card, but for whatever reason,
teams, like Slack.
Yeah. And it's like for me, it's like, I'm about to be like really bored or just have a really bad time.
You know what it means to me? I'm going to see you disassociating across a party. Which if I could put all the little like
$1,
if I could edit the little seconds across the honestly 40 odd parties we've thrown where I look across and I'm like, I see Hannah just like, like she looks like she's about to open the fridge, but her arm's not up. Yeah. Or like, you saying goodbye to someone and they disappear down the steps and then you're like, you wave a little second too long.
Yeah, I go away somewhere. I don't know. It's all too much to bear sometimes, so I have to go inside for a second.
You go inside to that little temple.
Yeah, in my little temple. They're like looking at it like, how do we fix this? It's so boring. I don't want to do that. I want to have fun.
Yeah. The Pentacles in general, I think, are maybe my least favorite suit sometimes.
Yeah, but I like 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, the best bitch card.
We do love 9 of Pentacles. Yeah.
She's so cool.
That little robe.
Yeah.
Yellow robe. I think too it's like the 7, 8 of Pentacles of like, the 8 of Pentacles has been chasing me lately.
Yes, work.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Shut up.
We hear you.
Have fun.
We here for you.
All
right.
Should we
wrap her up?
Should we fuck off?
Yeah. After we hear for you, the natural thing is to hear Brian Cox go, fuck off. Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, maybe we'll just kick rocks for a second and then
have our new little fun guest.
Yeah.
In our next episode. All right. Well, you guys, we really appreciate you listening to us and being there, our little freaklings.
Yes, our little haunted dolls.
Our little haunted dolls, our dollies.
Our little rats dolls instead of rats dolls.
Like there's still a Z at the end?
Yeah. And the rats are hot. Like they're full glam manicured nails.
Scurry, baby.
But if you want a reading from us on the pod, call us at 323-HI-TAROT, leave a voicemail, or you could text that number with a question for the cards, or you can email us at thetarotshow444@gmail.com.
And you can also stop us in the street.
Yeah, or come over to our house.
Yep.
Knock on the door.
Say, put those headphones on, bitch.
Yeah.
Gotta do a reading.
If you come to our show...
Yeah. I think we're going to have people we do a fun thing too at the end of the show where we do like a speed read for everyone that put their name in the hat. And so if you want, a hummingbird. Oh my God. Sorry, folks.
True bimbos. 2 bimbos. Having a show.
Well, on that note, my friend, I guess we'll say goodbye. And thanks for being with us.
From the womb to the tomb.
Good night. Fuck off.